Imagine waking up one morning to find a bright orange notice taped to your front door. $1,500 fine for unauthorized boats on community property. Here's the kicker, they had no idea I didn't just own the dock or the shoreline. I owned the entire lake. And that would change everything. Living by this lake had always been a dream, one my parents built from scratch. My dad, a carpenter, poured decades into crafting our family home, while my mom, a teacher, nurtured the life around it. Together, they transformed this land into a sanctuary of peace. Just 50 yards from where the water lapped at our back porch, the lake itself spanned about 30 acres, filled with bass, catfish, and crappie. Summers were spent paddling canoes, fishing, and swimming until the sun dipped behind the trees. The tranquility was unmatched, and for most of my childhood, the nearest neighbor was half a mile away. Life was simple, quiet, and safe. What made our situation unusual, though critical later, was that we didn't just own the property on the shore. My parents owned the entire lake bed. The deed, passed down 4 generations, clearly gave them water rights and control over the lake itself. This wasn't just a backyard pond. It was private, untouchable, and entirely ours. When I was 12, a developer bought the land next to ours. In what felt like an instant, sprawling houses popped up, each with manicured lawns and pristine driveways. Along with the neighborhood came the Homeowners Association, the HOA, promising community benefits and enhanced property values. My parents politely declined to join. That should have ended it, but it didn't. Almost immediately, letters started arriving. Our dock didn't meet HOA standards. The boathouse paint was unsightly. Even the natural shoreline vegetation was suddenly a problem. My dad would read these letters at the kitchen table, face red with frustration. "They have no authority here," he muttered. But the harassment only intensified. Soon, HOA members began showing up unannounced, pointing and gesturing wildly at our property, insisting we conform. My parents stood firm, yet it was clear they were tired. I remember my mom whispering one evening, worried about what might happen if we resisted too long. But my dad's response was unwavering. "This land is ours. We will not be bullied." By the time I was 15, fines arrived. My dad consulted a lawyer who confirmed our property wasn't under HOA jurisdiction. For a moment, we had peace, but it was fleeting. They began calling county inspectors with fabricated complaints, reporting noise violations, unsafe animals, and even claiming my gentle golden retriever buck was a threat. Despite repeated letters, uninvited inspections, and verbal threats, my parents refused to bend. After I graduated college, I moved back home to help. The HOA's tactics evolved, becoming more subtle but equally aggressive. The fishing club was particularly persistent. Members would trample my mom's garden beds, leave trash, and position boats dangerously close to our dock. I remember overhearing a conversation between 2 club members. "The old man won't last long. Soon the lake will be ours." My blood boiled. A few months later, my dad suffered a heart attack, leaving my mom to manage the property alone. I did everything I could to help, but the harassment never stopped. After my mom's passing, the letters shifted to me. They assumed that, with both my parents gone, I would sell or cede the property. But I had no intention of giving in. I ignored letters, doubled down on maintenance, and prepared to defend my family's legacy. One spring, I decided to launch a small boat rental business on the lake. Kayaks, canoes, pedal boats, nothing disruptive. Word spread quickly, and bookings came in. I laughed. The audacity. The lake wasn't a community property. It was mine. I ignored it. Days later, the HOA president appeared in person, attempting to intimidate me in front of customers. "Your property affects the entire community," she claimed. I remained calm, explaining that the lake was private and my business fully permitted. She doubled the fine, threatened legal action, and left. But the HOA didn't realize their biggest mistake. They had no authority over the water itself. They truly believed I only owned the shore. Soon after, the HOA escalated. Fishing club members began deliberately blocking my launch area. Pedal boats went missing, signs were destroyed, and online reviews appeared, all fake and damaging. I installed cameras, but before long, I woke up to flames. My rental shed was engulfed in fire. $15,000 worth of kayaks, boards, and life jackets destroyed. Arson was confirmed, accelerant used, and my security camera sabotaged. The HOA president visited the next day, smug, suggesting I consider selling. I snapped. "I will rebuild. I will press charges if anyone from your HOA is involved." She left, unrepentant. Then came an anonymous note. "Next time, it will be your house. Leave now." Instead of fear, I felt resolve. I contacted my parents' lawyer, who confirmed full ownership of the lake bed and water rights. Letters were sent to every HOA household, formally banning trespassing and fishing without written permission. No trespassing signs went up. The response was immediate: anger, confusion, and defiance. Fishermen tried to enter anyway. Deputies escorted them off the lake. The HOA sued, claiming historic community use. I filed a countersuit: harassment, property conversion, and defamation. Discovery revealed financial fraud. The HOA president and treasurer were embezzling dues through shell companies, inflating landscaping costs, and hiding funds. Emails proved deliberate harassment campaigns targeting my family. The legal tide had shifted completely. In court, the HOA president tried to appear confident. That changed when the judge saw the financial records, emails, and deeds. The HOA's lawsuit was dismissed with prejudice. My countersuit for damages, harassment, and fraud was allowed to proceed. The district attorney opened a criminal investigation. The community erupted. HOA members learned the truth. The fishing club chairman and board members were later convicted of fraud and arson. My business, rebuilt with fire-resistant materials and expanded fleet, thrived. A new, voluntary neighborhood association formed under Thomas, the interim HOA president. No mandatory fees, no enforcement power, just community events, lake cleanups and annual celebrations. I reopened the lake access program. Seasonal passes rules, enforced, a portion for maintenance. The community healed. Many HOA residents became regular customers, some even apologizing personally. The lake's beauty remained protected, and my parents' legacy was secure. Looking back, I realized persistence, clear boundaries, and knowing your rights made all the difference. Years of harassment could have broken me, but they strengthened me. Today, I watch sunsets on that lake, surrounded by a community that respects my property and shares in its beauty responsibly. Sometimes, the greatest victories aren't just personal, they transform entire communities. And now, every sunrise on the water reminds me, standing up for what's right preserves more than land, it preserves legacy. So, would I ever join an HOA again? Absolutely not. Some battles are worth fighting in Dease Lake. It will always remain ours. A sanctuary, a business, and a lesson for anyone who thinks power can replace principles.